Now we are seeing some of the previous GATE questions from the subject strength of materials. A block of steel is loaded by a tangential force on its top surface while the bottom surface is held rigidly. The deformation of the block is due to. So here a block is given and it is acted upon by a tangential force F on this top surface and the bottom surface is fixed. So in this case the deformation of the block is because of is given some options. Option A shear only, option B bending only, option C shear and bending, and option D torsion. So just if you observe the diagram and if you just analyze the situation, the block will act as a cantilever beam. So this block will deform because of the shear force and also because of the bending. So option C is the right option here. And if you see the next question, a concentrated load P acts on simply supported beam of span L at a distance of L by 3 uh, from the left support. I'm repeating the question. A concentrated load P acts on simply supported beam of span L at a distance of L by 3 from the left support. The bending moment at the point of application of the load is given by, and here different options are given, and here the answer is option D. See, simply supported beam, span of length L, on which load is acting P, which is acting at a distance of L by 3 from the left support. Suppose if you take this left A and B, so this will become left. So from L by 3 from the left support, load P is acting. So at this point is asking to find out the bending moment. So we know when a simply supported beam is given, it is acted upon by a concentrated load, point load, and if these are the distances, suppose L by 3 and this will become 2L by 3, and the reactions will be the in the reverse manner or inverse manner. Suppose if it is L by 3 and concentrated point load, only one load is there, so this will be if it is L by 3 means 2P by 3 is reaction at A, and here if it is 2L by 3, two third means, so this will become one third of the load. So you can write P by 3. So directly you can write from observing this diagram, the reaction at A will become two third of P, and reaction at B will become one third of P. So when you take like that, and we require bending moment at the point of application of load, means suppose at this point, C point we have taken. So at this point, the bending moment is given by suppose if you come this side from this side, so force into distance. So here force will be 2P by 3 and the distance between these 2 points is L by 3. So and the bending moment will be 2 times of PL by 3 into 3 9. So here the option D is the right option here. And if you go for the next question, a mass of 35 kg is suspended from a weightless bar AB, which is supported by a cable CB and a pin at A as shown in the figure. The pin reactions at A on the bar AB are. So here a bar AB is suspended by a load of 35 kg and it is also held at position by the cable CB, and this is the directions X and Y directions, and here and it is also joined at point A with a pin. So at this point A we have to find out the reactions. So here the some of the options are given and we have to choose the correct option. And if you just draw the free body diagram for this case, so this is a bar AB, and here because of this load you get some vertical reaction at A, so that is Ry, and because of this cable tension, so here you will get a cable tension, and if you take the tension, you will get a horizontal force towards left like this and a vertical force towards upwards. So because of this horizontal force towards right or horizontal tension towards left, you will get a reaction at A towards right, so you will get Rx like this, and so this is the free body diagram showing, and if you resolve this tension in this cable, so you'll get one is upward and one is towards left. So we know this will be cos component. So it is, if you assume this is t, this is t cos alpha, and this is t sin alpha. So this is a free body diagram showing that, and it is 35 kg is given, and we require force, so 35 into g, so that is 35 into 9.81, so that is to convert into newtons. And here we require the reactions Rx and Ry. So to find out the reactions Rx and Ry, let us proceed. And if you see, ABC is a triangle. So from that, if you write tan theta, opposite by hypotenuse, and if you write theta tan inverse of opposite is 125 given here, and opposite by adjacent. I'm sorry, it is opposite by, this is adjacent. So theta will be tan inverse of this 125 by 275. So if you simplify that, we are getting this theta as 24.44. So you'll get some more value. So but we are taking only 2 digits. So anyway, and if you see, we know to keep this bar in equilibrium, some of the forces in x direction, some of the forces in y direction should be 0, and also moments about any point must be 0 to keep bar or a beam in equilibrium. So if you take some of the forces in x direction, so x direction forces are here, Rx reaction at A towards right, and this T cos theta. So this is the towards left. So like this. So some of the forces in x direction means this Rx must be balanced by this T cos theta, and theta we got 24.44. So let us take this as equation number 1, and we know some of the vertical forces should be 0. So vertical force, one force is Ry, and T sin theta going upwards. So Ry plus T sin theta must be balanced by this 35 into 9.81. So that's why we're in here at T sin 24.44 plus Ry. So T sin theta means theta value 24.44, and Ry are balanced by this 35 and into 9.81. So this is the kg into this one is the force I told anyway. And if you write Ry, so this will be 343.35, and this is minus T sine 24.44. Let's take this as equation number 2. And I told some of the moments about any point must be 0. Suppose we are taking it point A, 0. So when you calculate moments, so sum of clockwise movements must be equal to sum of anti-clockwise movement. So if you see movements at A, clockwise movement is because of this force 35 into 9.81. This is force. So this force into distance is we are calculating about A means this force into distance is 275. That must be balanced by T sin theta into 275. So that's what we have written here. The same thing, 35 into 9.81 into 275 is equals to T sin theta. Theta value is 24.44 into 275. And you just simplify this, we are getting the T value as 830 newtons. And if you substitute this T value in equation number 1, we will get Rx, and we are getting Rx value as 755.62 newtons. And if you substitute the same T value in equation number 2 here, we will get Ry value. So Rx we got some 755.62, and Ry value we got when you substitute T value here, we're getting minus 0.054. But here the given options are nearer to this, our answers is option D only. So here option D is right, means but Rx value is 755.4 is given. So why the change means in the calculations we have taken some round of values at some places, theta and this T values. So we have to choose the nearest option. So option D is the nearest option, which is we have to choose as a right option. So according to that, option D is the right option here. And if you see the next problem, a beam is made up of two identical bars AB and BC. By hinging them together at B, the end A is built in, that is cantilevered, and end C is simply supported with the load P acting as shown in the figure. The bending moment at A is, so here is a two beams are joined by a hinged or pin joint here by hinging them AB and BC, and C is just simply supported and A is fixed, and load P is acting at the center of P. Why? Because from here to here L is given, and this is L by 2 means the load P is acting center of BC, and this is L from A to B and B to C is L. So in this case, he is asking to find out bending moment at A, and some options are given here. And here the correct option is option B, PL by 2. And just if you take the free body diagram here, so you can indicate the beam BC like this and beam AB like this. And if you see, this is simply supported, and load P is acting at the center. So you'll get a reaction force at here, that is P by 2, and you'll get P by 2 here at this one. So here if you see at this hinge, this is a common junction point, B is a common junction point. So we'll get same load towards up and down reaction. So for BC, and load P is acting at the center, so this is a simply supported beam. It will become simply supported beam, and so here is it will become P by 2 going up and up, and so here and for the beam AB, so if this is P by 2 going up means, so here we will get P by 2 going down, and so these are the forces acting on the beams and reaction forces. So we require a moment at A, so moment at A will be load, that is P by 2 into distance is L. So the answer is PL by 2, and the option B is the right option. And if you see the next question, for the overhanging beam as shown in the figure, the magnitude of maximum bending moment in kilonewton meter is. So here is a overhanging beam is given, and it is supported at which is supported at A and B points, and between A and B UDL is acting of 10 kilonewton meter, and at point C there is a free end 20 kilonewtons is acting, and this is a distance 4 meters, and the distance 2 meter from between B and C. So in this case we have to suppose to find out the magnitude of maximum bending moment in kilonewton meter. And if you just draw a line diagram here by replacing this UDL as a point load, so that will be 10 kilonewton per meter, and total is 4 meters, so total value of UDL is 40 kilonewtons. So when you replace that, to keep at the center of this AB, so this is total is 4 means it is placed at the distance of 2 meters from A or B, and BC is like this, 2 meters is given in the question, and 20 kilonewtons. And if you take a point as D, where you have replaced this UDL as a point load, so here we require maximum bending moment. So first of all, find out reaction forces at A and B. So we are taking RA and RB are the reaction forces at A and B. So sum of upward forces must be equal to sum of downward forces for the equilibrium of the beam, and so we can write RA plus RB is equals to 40 plus 20. So that is RA plus RB is equals to 60 kilonewtons, and sum of the moments about any point must be 0. This is also for to keep the beam in equilibrium. So let us calculate the moments about A and equal to 0. And here we are taking some of the clockwise and anti-clockwise movement must be same, or some of the movement must be 0. So we are taking moments about A and 0, and if you take this 20 kilonewtons about A, it is clockwise movement, and so 20 into 6, suppose we are taking clockwise positive, so 20 and distance here is 4 plus 2 6, and this RB is a force, and it will create movement about A. So we have taken clockwise positive means RB will go anti-clockwise about A. So this is minus RB into, and distance is 4 here, and once again plus 40 and distance between point D and A will become 2 here. If you observe the diagram, this is 2, so we have 10 40 into 2, and this will create clockwise, so we have taken positive. So anyway, just if you simplify here, this is 120 minus 4 times of RB, this is 80, and 4 times of RB is 200 here, 120 plus 80, and RB is 50 kilonewtons. If RB is 50, RA is nothing but 10 from this equation number 1. So RB we got 50 kilonewtons, RA 10 kilonewtons. So these are the reactions at these points A and B. So here we are supposed to find out the value or magnitude of maximum bending moment. So if you see bending moment at C, point C will be 0. So there is a point, sorry, there is a load at exactly C, but there is no distance. So this is because of this point load. So you get bending moment at C will be 0 and the bending moment at B. So if you see at B, toward the bending moment will be 20 kilonewtons into this 2. So 20 into 2 40, and this about B, this 20 will create hogging, that is minus, so minus 20 into 2, that is minus 40 kilonewton meter. And we are supposed to find out bending moment D also. So bending moment D will be because we got RA is 10 kilonewtons, so 10 into, and this distance between this point 2 points is 2. So this will create sagging about D, so that is positive. So you can write 10 into 2, that is 10 into 2, 20 kilonewton meter. And we know bending moment at A is anyway 0. So we have calculated bending moment at all the key points. So C is 0, A is 0, and B we got minus 40 kilonewton meter, and D 20 kilonewton meter. So anyway is asking the magnitude of maximum bending moment. So magnitude wise 40 is the maximum value. So minus indicates the negative side of the bending negative. Bending moment is acting negative direction with respect to this value. So anyway the magnitude of maximum bending moment will be 40 kilonewton meter. And if you see the next question here, the second moment of circular area about the diameter is given by, and some options are given. So second moment of area about any area is nothing but moment of inertia of that area, and here the circular area is given. Second moment of circular area about its diameter means about centroidal axis. So that is nothing but moment of inertia about xx and yy, you can say. So moment of inertia of circular area about xx and yy will be pi d power 4 by 64, and here the correct option is option D. And if you see the next question, the value of moment of inertia of this section shown in the figure about xx axis. So here some section is given, so it is shaded portion. So for the shaded portion we have to find out the moment of inertia about this xx centroidal axis. And here if you see some dimensions are given for this diagram, 60 and 120 for this outside area. And if you see the inside area, both are like symmetric. If you can just say so 30 is a width for this, and this is also 30, and from center to this point is 45, and the center to this point is 45, and center to this initial this point is 15. So you can say this height will be 30 and this is 30, so 30 by 30, and it is given 120 means from here to here 60. So anyway this is 45 means, and it is 50 means it is sorry 15 means, so this is also 15. So these are kept at symmetrical positions about xx. So here we have to find out the moment of inertia of this shaded portion about this xx central axis. So here just we are drawing once again like a line diagram, and if you see this outer portion we are taking as capital B, and this is capital D. Inner portion areas small b, capital D, and this is centroid suppose, and this distance between the centroid to this axis, central axis, suppose small h if you assume. So we can write a formula here. So moment of inertia of this so here this shaded portion by removing this means BDQ by 12. So BDQ by 12 will give moment of inertia of total this outside rectangle about xx, but we require the shaded portion means by removing these areas. So for that we are using the simple parallel axis theorem concept. IAB is equals to IG plus AH square. So this is IG AH square. So IG plus AH square means only one area will get. So because there are two areas which are to be removed, so here you will get 2, and because we are removing, you also will get minus here. So anyway simple formula we can write like this here: BDQ by 12 minus 2 times of small BDQ by 12 plus EA means area of this this and this both are same, and h square. So this is h square. So this is also h square kept at symmetrical positions. So just if you substitute those values, so this b is 60 given, and this d capital D 120, and a small b 30, and small d is also 30. We have seen this is 45, this is 15, means this will become 30. So 30, and b is 30, d is 30, 30, and cube by 12 plus a area is 30 into 30, and h will become also 30. See, this is 15 is given, we calculated this is 30, so this is 15, means this is also 15, so 15 plus 15 30, so h is 30 here. So just if you simplify here, we are getting the answer as 6.885 into 10 to the power of 6 mm power 4. So the option B is the right option here. So friends, for more videos, please subscribe and activate bell symbol, and also please share my videos with your friends. Thanks for watching.